This is the toughest episode we've ever done. Stick around and let's do it together. Hey everybody, Ben here from the Building Business channel, and we're going to talk about some pretty heavy stuff today. Honestly, this is an issue that a lot of us don't like to think about, but we know happens. There are substance abuse issues in this industry. And I've actually got Levi here from Mind, and you're the co-founder. Tell me a little bit about what Mind does.
Yeah, Mind is an organization set to start the conversation around mental health, give people a vehicle to let others know that they aren't alone and that they support mental health. It's the thought bubble.
Cool.
Kind of like the ribbon for cancer or rainbow for pride. And we also, through the purchasing of our apparel on our website, the proceeds go to help people that can't afford therapy get free therapy.
Ah, man, that's really cool. Yeah. I want to hit a subject that I think is a little bit unspoken, but we all know is happening. There's a lot of issues with substance abuse in our industry, and I think some of that comes from just the pressure of trying to build your business and trying to grow it. And there's a lot of things that are happening day to day that make it really hard to cope, and so a lot of times people are turning to substances. Talk to me a little bit about what somebody does if they're in that situation. What's the mindset there? How should they feel?
It's so hard. We get these one-track minds into work, and we just work, and we think that to solve our problems, we just need to work harder on the problems. But you've got to realize that your problems can take a break. Mm-hmm. You can take a day off or a week off, and your business won't come crumbling to the ground, or you're not going to get fired. Like, you can take time. We have just a go culture. So take time. The next thing is, don't be afraid to speak up that you're not okay, because it's okay to not be okay. Mm-hmm. So it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength to say, I need some help.
That's the moment where you take action and you are strong, is when you say, I need help.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
I also think a lot of people think it's happening just to them. This is like, it's okay, but like, you're not the only one. This is happening to a lot of people right now.
Yeah, and it's surprising to see our reception with Mind as we push it out there, to see the people coming out of the woodworks. We did a survey asking who's comfortable speaking up about mental health in the workplace, and 50% of people said, I wouldn't want to talk about it in the workplace.
Such a stigma to it still.
Yeah, even though 100% of us are going through something. We all at some point encounter some sort of stress or mental health on its wide spectrum at some point.
So the first step, like, it's okay to speak up. How do you get on the road to a different path in life?
Oh, man.
It's a long journey, right?
Yeah.
What's the first step?
I think that is just it. It's the first step. Like at Mind, it's put a thought bubble next to your name and just say, I support this. It's reach out to someone that you think might be struggling and help them. It's get a therapist. And what's cool about nowadays is you can get therapists online. You don't even have to go in person or anything like that anymore. I think it's just trying something to start and then sticking to it. Because if you just try it once, it's not going to have any sort of impact.
There's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of stress in any small business, and a lot of times you want to use that substance to sort of get away from it. How can you control that, or how can you, if you see those signs early on? I know you have some of this in your own story. Can you tell me a little bit about what happened to you?
Yeah, I started a small business. Things started getting bigger and bigger, got to 17 employees.
Wow.
We had contracts with Amazon, iHeart, Pepsi. But it's like the old analogy, the frog in boiling water, where if you put him in hot water, he'll just jump right out. But if you put him in cold water and then slowly turn up the heat, he'll boil to death. I did not recognize the signs of burnout before they hit. And by the time they hit, it was far too late, and I had to just get out of it. And so I think you need to interweave patterns of good mental health practices into your strategy, no matter what level you're at. Whether you're stressed out now or not, You need to get ahead of it. It's like filling up your battery so that when things do get rough, that your battery is full. Because man, when you own a business, it's so hard to shut your mind off. And that's where substances come in and other bad habits, overeating, anything. It's like you just want to forget, you want to shut your mind off for a second. So force yourself to shut your mind off, but do it before burnout sets in, because once you get it too far, you can't even enjoy the things that you enjoyed before.
What are some signs of burnout? What are some things that you missed that you now in hindsight go, oh, I wish I would have noticed this and this and this?
Yeah, if you typically like making jokes or you have a sense of humor, that starts going away. Or if you're lashing out at loved ones, or if you feel like you're running on autopilot. It might sound weird, but like if you stop feeling nostalgic, or if you stop singing in the car to the radio, like if you notice yourself getting unhappy because of your circumstance, then you're at least on the path, if not already experiencing it.
And the first thing to do when you feel that way and you notice those signs, what do?
Take a freaking break. Like just force your, even if you're like, man, but there's this deal I got to close or this client I got to take care of. There's always another client, always another dollar. But if you're too burnt out to even keep going, then there's no point in having you around anyway. Like you got to take care of yourself, or you're just going to perpetuate the cycle. Just take the break.
But Levi, what my business? If I'm not there every day, then we're not going to be able to make it.
Right. Your business will still be there in a week or in a day. Like even just a day. Like rely on other people. Delegate as much as you can. Or you know what? Lose a client.
Yeah.
It's better to lose your one client and continue on and be happier. You'll gain 10 more down the road, because you've learned to be happy and given yourself more time to put in other processes. Like just, it's okay.
It's better to lose a client than lose your life or your soul.
Yeah, or your business, or what makes you you, or the light in your eyes, you know?
Yeah, you are the business.
Yeah.
You've got to stay frosty. You've got to stay 100% in, and you've got to make sure you have that work-life balance.
Yeah. It's just tempting to think if I'm always working, the business is improving, but part of it improving is you improving and you being happy.
Thanks, Levi. Substance doesn't have to be the first thing you use to cope. There are ways to work around this. You're not the only one. Stress is a normal thing that happens, especially as business owners, and there are solutions for that. One of them is it's okay to take a break. It's okay to back away. It's okay to even lose a customer to save yourself. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll be back next time. Keep on building your business.